Hi, Sandhya.
Hi, Tilo. So nice to be introducing you today here. All right, it's being live streamed. We got it.
Already? Okay.
Yes. We are. You are here. I'm here. I just need to introduce you and get out. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to introduce Tilotama. A brief introduction, of course. Tilotama is Director and Chief Technology Officer at, did I get that right? Yes, Peach Engineering Private Limited. And she's going to be talking on using engineering product development to empower entrepreneurs. Tilotama, I think, is one of the right people to talk about it, seeing that she's such a dynamic entrepreneur. So, Tilotama, it is my pleasure also to announce the award that is being conferred on you by the annual Women Economic Forum, which is the Exceptional Leader of Excellence. So, congratulations, and it is over to you. I will not come back in, but your session will get cut off at the stipulated time. Go ahead.
Thank you. Thanks, Sandhya. And good afternoon, everyone. And thank you for the very sweet introduction. So just to elaborate a little more on that, I started Peach Engineering along with two other partners in 2004. The company is going to turn 18 early next year. I myself am a mechanical engineer, and we offer various engineering services to industries. And these industries are mostly in the mechanical, civil, industrial engineering spaces. I'm also trained in engineering product design and development. So, not so much the aesthetic part, but the engineering side of things. Um, Now, in 2019, I also went to a business school, well, IMB, and in the process, I understood the importance and power of networking. Additionally, last year during lockdown, one of my classmates from that course and I started bi-weekly mentoring sessions. We call it the sounding board, that we offer pro bono to any entrepreneurs who feel that they can benefit from our experience as engineers, entrepreneurs, product developers, managers, etc. So, what I'm going to talk to you today is based on this background. I also spent time interacting with people in the All Ladies League, which is another group that is part of the WEF, and based on all of this, I think there are a few things that most entrepreneurs can learn from engineering product development. Now, I'm just going to list out these things, but if you read any classic book on product development or go through some lectures, you will find that most of what I'm talking about are things that have been studied in great detail and discussed in great detail. And anyone who is working at product development will go look through these steps that I'm going to mention. Of course, these are also kind of relevant to life in general. So first of all, one of the things people often say is that anyone can get ideas, and that is really not true. Not everyone can get ideas, and if you have an idea that you have given a lot of thought to, then believe in it. Identify the opportunity, identify your target group or market, and start talking to some people from that group to understand what their requirements really are. So one of the things that you realize in product design and development is that what you assume are the requirements, or even what people tell you are the requirements, are not necessarily the correct requirements. So you need to talk to them, listen very carefully to what they're saying, and then figure out what they actually need. And the usual gyan in product design is talk to at least 10 people, but ideally don't talk to more than 20 people, because beyond a point, you're not going to get too much extra information. Okay, next, define the problem correctly. Now, it is easy to get distracted, very easy to get distracted into solving relatively unimportant side issues. So and also, while you're doing the design or while you're developing something, it's easy to go off track. So it's very important that you have a clear problem definition, like what are you trying to do, what is your aim, what are you trying to solve, and that you stick to that. That in fact, you keep going back to it. List all the problems that need solving. for, even if you say, okay, this is my aim, then you can kind of break that down into a series of tasks. So you need to list all of the series of problems. So you list all the problems, and then you come up with at least 3 ways to solve each of them. Then once you've done this, you figure out what way you're going to solve each of them in so that it kind of fits your bigger goal. Okay, so it's a lot of make lists, write things down, define it. Writing things down, helps make it clear in your head. Then put together a good team that has the required skills. So once you've defined what are all the problems that need solving, the sub problems for the main product that you're designing, then you need to figure out who are the people who have the skills. And now this is something that's very important as women. Anyone who's too, it's important for people in general, but especially women, anyone who's too negative or constantly tries to belittle you should not be on that team. Just, don't feel too guilty about replacing them or asking them very nicely to quit, right? Women, especially from what we've seen, often get pulled down by jealous spouses, siblings, family members. Even in the case of supportive family, spouses, etc., if more you're building the thing with your family members, then it becomes very important that because it's very stressy, so it becomes very important that you're very clear about what is whose responsibility, and then that you don't step on each other's toes, right? Then fail fast. It is important to create prototypes for everything. You have to figure out what is the minimum product that represents whatever it is that you're trying to build, and you make a prototype of it. You don't necessarily have to go into the full final production method, but something which explains how this is going to work, and you test it out. You show it to people, you get them to use it, you figure out what is wrong with it. You whatever is wrong with it, you need to find out as quickly as possible. So testing is important. Again, as women, don't be afraid to ask for help from people who can help, especially if they offer to do so, because we're all brought up to sort of be perfect, especially as women. So we all have this thing saying, no, don't worry, I'm fine, I can do it, it's not a problem. So that is very important, that you should not be, asking for help doesn't make you less of a entrepreneur or engineer or whatever it is. It doesn't take away from your abilities, but if you need help, it's a good idea to take help. Okay. Work out every process in great detail, and don't use the wrong tools for the wrong task. Now, for example, all of us, I'm sure, are on various WhatsApp groups which were originally meant for, say, networking. And then in this networking group, what happens is everybody starts putting, they just do a lot of self-promotion, right? So they just keep showing everybody, putting out their products nonstop. And when they do that, they don't necessarily read any of the posts that other people came up with. Now, what you have to realize is then the whole purpose of the group is lost, because the purpose of the group is not to advertise your products. There's Facebook and Instagram and a bunch of other things for that purpose. The purpose of a group where, like a WhatsApp group, is to get to know other people, get to see how you can collaborate, right? Get to listen to other interesting people, to hear what they have to say. So it's important that you figure out what something is for, and you use it for that. Don't use a hammer on a screw, right? Then make sure you're measuring parameters at every stage. You need to know what you should measure. Every time you're putting out a new product, every time you're testing something, every time there's a service, there needs to be a clear way on how you're going to measure whether it's working or not. Is it likes? Is it the number of page views? Is it how many of the things you manage to sell? Is it how many people call you to ask about the service? So you have to figure out what it is. And that's one part, to measure. And you need to be very clear on how you're going to get feedback at every stage. For people, otherwise, usually you will only get the bad feedback. Like people, something like 1 in 10 of unhappy customers tell you that they're unhappy. So you need to make the feedback very easy to give. And you need to be very clear on how you're collecting it and what you're collecting. Okay. Work to your strengths. do more of what you're good at and less of what other people try to push off onto you. That again is something that, especially as women, we really struggle with, because people, tend to try and put you into a bracket. They say, oh, you're a woman, so you should be good at teaching, or you should be good at managing, or you should be good at figuring out the travel arrangements for everybody. That may not be something you're good at. So if you're not good at it, don't let people push you into that. Figure out what you're good at and do more of that. Then recognize that you have limited resources, especially, and this is something that now we've started talking about after the lockdown, etc., but we didn't necessarily talk about it earlier, that everybody has a limited amount of mind space and motivation levels, right? So if you need to worry about have I remembered to order the salt from the grocery thing, have the kids finished eating, have they gone to their class, has I don't know, somebody taken the garbage out? Now that is not something that you can do at the same time as running a company, right? Because you need to be fine with delegating things. You need to figure out, give that job to somebody else, and you have to make it very, very clear to them that they have to do it on their own. They can't keep expecting you to call and remind them. The so-called women nag, that women nag is actually something that is thrust onto women, because we are kind of forced to keep reminding other people. And that forcing people to remind other people uses up a lot of your space, and that affects how creatively you can think, how how logically you can think. So that is something that you should be shameless about giving to other people. Okay. So conserve whatever you have and avoid wasting them basically on irrelevant things. Then last but not the least, take credit for work you have done and for your ideas. Right. This again is something that as women, people tend to not do, because you feel that it's being arrogant, or it's being, pushy, bossy. But it is important. Of course, don't take credit for other people's stuff. But when you do something, do not be ashamed about taking credit for it. Right. You put in the work. So again, bringing it back to engineering, if you find a superb machine that works really well, you will always find a label or a plate or an etching that tells you who built it, right? So it is important both for your enterprise and for you as an entrepreneur personally, that you're very clear on this kind of branding, right? So this is what I had to say. And I think I am within the time. So thank you very much, WEF, for giving me this opportunity to talk. I think I have a little extra time, so but I don't know if I can take if there are any questions. So I will just leave it at that. If you want to contact either me or my partner at the sounding board, because we, like I said, we do offer these mentoring sessions, one-on-one, 1 hour for entrepreneurs. Please feel free to email me. My email address is tillu@peacheng.com. So peacheng.com. Please feel free to get in touch with me, and then we can figure out, I will tell you how to book the appointment with us. Thank you so much for this opportunity. Goodbye.